Arabian Nights. This game is doo-doo. Yeah, we don't have any cinematic bit for this episode, or a script for that matter, or clothes. I would wear a vest in the respect for Aladdin himself, but I don't have the time or the energy for it. Same with a fez. Welcome into today's episode of Danno Logs, where I will be talking about Aladdin for the Sega Genesis. I spent about a day with the game rather than the usual week for this series. Reason why was because I found that it was a huge slap to the face to me and my abilities as a player. Let's get into it from the get-go here. I don't have a huge history with Aladdin, albeit maybe I do own the copy on VHS, but I just didn't really have a huge history with it, so I don't have any sort of nostalgic background or love for the movie to begin with. So going into the game, I am judging it not as an adaptation of the movie, but as a game. And you probably saw in the thumbnail, I don't fucking like this game. So on stream for our first day with the game, and our only day with the game, I found myself playing through the first level and almost dying immediately. Oh, I just fell on his knife. That's some old bullshit. Now, that was maybe to some degree a fault of my own, as the game does give you a legend of sorts as to what each item is. Health meter, throw apples, spend these. I don't even know what I'm looking at over there. I feel like with games that are older like this, I can give my misunderstandings a pass in favor of the game, as usually you had a booklet that told you everything that you needed to know. I digress. You get into the first level, you're doing some minor platforming, you have some enemies. I don't think this game is designed, however, with learning the strategies of the game in mind. You sort of just have enemies placed all over the place, and you jump around from point A to point B, and you get to the end sometimes. I don't know, it's very weird. Some levels have a mini boss, some levels have a mini game. Watch out, Abu. Okay, so this is the monkey. Do they even... Okay, alright. I see you. You get to the end of each level, and the story in-game matches that of the story from the movie. Once again, I don't know the movie, so you're basically just reading text boxes with dialogue from characters in the movie. It's fine. I don't know. The story's okay. I think this goes for any platformer in general, or just game in general. When you have your dialogue and your story beats told by stills and text, it's not as impactful as something like the animated feature film. And it's not that I expect that from this game. It's an interpretation for the Sega Genesis. I just think, hey, that's not gripping me. The gameplay better fucking grip me. Unfortunately, this game is not a gripper. I found myself more often than not getting a little frustrated
My
with
nigga. Just commit to the jump, nigga. They want you to jump for the thing, but then you die.
poorly designed levels.
Yo, what?
Enemy placement that
Ah, for fuck's sakes.
could be considered unfair.
Nigga!
And
Give up,
level
street
gimmicks
rat. Fuck
that
you. No.
just make me sigh.
No fucking
in
way.
anguish. I think playing this in the 90s would have been fun.
Bruh.
Being Aladdin, and with the animation as good as it is, I think it would be very easy to feel like you're playing a cartoon. I like that. I can respect it. It doesn't mean that the game isn't designed poorly. My biggest issue with this game, and I have it with other games, I think if you are making a platformer, it is imperative, bar none, other things that mean that it is crucial that you have your character, if it is on one side of the screen facing the other, the camera has to have that into perspective. Thus, if I was facing this way, I better be on this side of the camera. Do you understand? It's not hard, but the reason why is because you need to see what is in front of you, and you don't get that with this game.
Bro, they could not have just given this shit to me.
Dude! You can't even see what's ahead of you. What the fuck? You get it when you stop, but then that's where the design pisses me off, because you have levels such as the lava level.
why am I
You're
on the
getting
right of
chased
the
by
screen?
these giant rocks, Indiana
no
Jones
need for
style,
that.
but you can't see what the fuck's
Nigga!
ahead of you. There's a pit. Suck my dick, I guess. What I found was a strategy of me stuttering very quickly just to get the camera to catch up. If the camera worked better in this game, I think I wouldn't be as angry and have as much malintent in my voice. Fuck this game. You get to a point, the levels are kind of lingering. They kind of keep going. It can be argued that the art style is very pretty. A pixelized cartoon brought to life with fluid animations, but I think as much as the locales feel vibrant and well interpreted, I find the experience of each level feels like a blur. For example, the first 2 levels where you're in the city, it just feels like I'm in a sand town, which is where I am, but there isn't anything that brings it to life. When I think of a sand town that's vibrant and feels engaging to look at and play in, I think of the first few levels in Shantae Half Genie Hero, where you have these locales that are just vibrant with a lot of detail. And I know you can't ask for that much detail in this silly little Aladdin game from the 90s. My point is, everything feels very daunting with these long ass levels with things hiding. Sometimes they give you a hint by making it sort of in your path, but there's something blocking the way, so you gotta come back. And sometimes just being annoying and you can't get to them, or you don't want to figure it out because you just kind of want the level to end. That was at least my experience. Once you get to the final level, it is the biggest fucking slap in the face that I've experienced on this series so far. Now, you can blame me for cheating, as I did input a code to skip each level because I got many a game over from things that a lot of the times weren't my fault. I could also partially blame the conversion factor, as getting my Sega Genesis set up on modern hardware was a pain in the ass enough in the real world. Once you have done this spider web of cables, then and only then are you able to finally play this game, and it's not that good. The game takes about 45 minutes, and by the time you get to Jaffar, he's throwing flames that you can't dodge. You don't have enough health, and you gotta throw apples at the motherfucker. Now, maybe that's a sly reference to the movie. I don't care. I don't know. And yeah, that was my week with Aladdin on the Sega Genesis. I didn't enjoy it. If you think I didn't give it a fair enough chance, fuck you. And fuck this game. I don't care. I didn't have fun with it. My feelings are very strong about it. If you want, you can check that VOD out on Danno Gold right there. On said stream, I took a look at what I was missing by dying at Jaffar. And you get a still, you win, he loses, magic carpet ride to the finish line, credits roll. And I just didn't see the value in beating the game that I could see in 10 seconds online. And I know you could say that about any game. I played the experience. I got through the most of it. The credits ain't an experience. Next week, I'll be in clothes, but also we will be playing God of War Chains of Olympus. However, because this episode felt like a burner episode, we're gonna have another episode that sort of breaks a couple rules. As some of you may know, the rules are physical games only. I have a list where we rattle them off, but I'm gonna spice things up as games such as Mario Wonder approach, Mario RPG, and the newly released F-Zero 99. I feel like I have some passion burning up inside of me, and I got something to say. So, tune in later this week, hopefully, where I will have an episode of F-Zero 99 on the channel as a Danno Logs extra. Until then, I'll see you then, and Alibaba or some shit. Bye. The only bat I need in my life goes by the name of Rouge. Wow, no gender-neutral washrooms? That's crazy. Fuck! I forgot about the fucking jump. I always... Yeah, fuck you, Jaffar, and your fucking weaselly-ass face. I hate you.